I invite you to close your eyes. And we'll begin by adjusting our posture to meditate. It's very good if our feet are flat on the ground, feeling ourselves held by the chair, spine and neck pointing up toward the ceiling. I like to roll my shoulders back a couple times, opening up the chest.
Mute me. There.
And then the next step in the practice is to just focus on the everyday breath. Feeling the flow of air moving into the body and back out again. Observing the breath. Is it heavy? Is it light? And then um, today we'll be working with a water element. And so I invite you to take the water breath where we inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. We also like to deepen the breath in heart rhythm meditation. We say that breath is life. And so I invite you to put one hand over the belly, getting in touch with a full belly breath, a soft belly breath, and perhaps having the intention with every inhale and every exhale, there's a deepening of the breath. With a full breath, more oxygen enters into the bloodstream. Feel-good chemicals are released into the body, and the nervous system is soothed. So then the next step in the practice, our basic practice, is to focus on our physical heart. A wonderful way to do this is to put the other hand over the chest And as we inhale and exhale, the heart becomes the focus of our attention. So we use the mind and our attention to focus on our physical heart. And it's as if with every inhale and every exhale, the heart is nourished with the energy of the breath. And the heart loves this attention. This has a wonderful effect on our health. Our circulation is enhanced. After all, the breath and the heart are what create the circulation that feeds every cell of the body. We say the heart makes its own medicine. And as we give this our heart attention, we may get a sense for the heartbeat as we breathe. Feeling the heartbeat on the inhale and the exhale is just such a wonderful experience. Very grounding, centering, balancing, harmonious. Or maybe we have a sensation of the pulse, the echo of the heartbeat somewhere else in the body. This is why we call this heart rhythm meditation. Our theme today is creation. Creation. I invite you to take this into your practice, into the meditation, to see what arises for this theme of creation. So now we're going to continue with a water element practice. And we begin by using the intention of the inhale and breathing up above. So the energy of the breath is directed up the spine, up the neck, up the top of the head, and further up. We call this the vertical dimension of the heart. So we can use our imagination and intention that we are breathing so far up above the stars and the cosmos. There's no boundary. on the inhale. It's very freeing and uplifting, touching our ideals up above. And then on the exhale, for the water breath, there's a metaphor of water pouring down from the great heavens above. Pure love, pure water, a very divine, pure water, pouring down like rain or a waterfall and pouring down upon us. So with every cycle of the inhale and the exhale, the water is poured down more and more. The water breath, like all four element practices, earth, water, fire, and air, is a purification practice. And water purifies through cleansing and washing. And so let's practice, this experience. Let's experience cleansing ourselves with the water is pouring down, purifying and washing the top of the head, the eyes, the ears, the nose, all the five senses of the head, pouring down, purifying and washing the neck, the shoulders, the arms, the elbows, the hands, pouring down and purifying our chest, our heart, our lungs, all of the vital organs, the spine, the back, all of our muscles, purifying and washing our digestive system, purifying and washing our sacral center, our sacred organs, pouring down and washing our glutes, our legs, our knees, our calves, our feet. And the waters can even pour down further, where we become vessels for this pure, pure, loving energy, pure waters, very sacred and pure waters that pour down from the heavens through us down into the earth. And in this way, we become like the angels, vessels for heaven and earth, where we even nourish the earth below us with these waters. Then I'd like to return back to pouring the purifying waters into the hearts. The water goes where it needs to. This is the nature of water. It circumvents obstacles, finds its way down, from the mountaintops all the way down the rivers to the ocean. And so in this way, let the waters pour into the dark chambers of the heart. It is within our heart where we have stored all the throws and swings of life. One of our teachers said, always be kind to another because everyone's life is a battle. Everyone is in a struggle. And so I think we all can relate to that. We've been disappointed from time to time. We've been rejected in life. And all of this is held in the heart. So this is an opportunity for these divine waters from above to pour down into the heart, down into the dark crevices to purify, to heal, and to bring a very, very sacred love. And the result is the heart just becomes very energized, restored, and we get in touch with our true selves, filled with beauty, filled with life, filled with purpose. And there is no limitation from the waters that pour above. Sometimes as we do the water breath, we can really get into, some of the more difficult moments in life. At the bottom of the heart lies all the times that we've been hurt, um, or deep resentments that we've had, trouble with others. And so it's kind of a dance where we can focus on the inhale, lifting the hearts, rising above it all on the inhale, up above the stars and the cosmos. And this is also our divine inheritance. My teachers say we can be angels or we can be animals. And so it is our divine inheritance to breathe up above toward our ideals and toward our sacredness. It's almost as if we cannot be touched. I invite you to check in with where you feel now compared to the beginning of the meditation. Perhaps you notice a difference. I invite you to return your breathing back to the everyday breath, feeling our feet on the ground, feeling ourselves held by the chair. I like to wiggle my fingers and my toes. And then when you're ready, you can open your eyes. I invite, Thank you, Matt. I invite you to close your eyes We'll be retracing our steps from before a little more quickly. So again, like before, we begin with posture, making any adjustments to the body, fine-tuning our posture to practice. It's always very good if the spine and the neck are pointing up to the ceiling. The back of the hips against the chair, feet square. Posture really helps us to practice for longer periods of time, to develop a regular practice at home. And then like before, we'll take the water breath, which is breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. In through the nose and out through the mouth. And then I invite you to put one hand over the belly, deepening the breath, really feeling the inhale and the exhale. And then I invite you to put the other hand over the chest, feeling the heart. This becomes the focus of our attention as we meditate. Our attention on our physical heart. It really gives the mind something to do. If we, have monkey mind, we just place our attention on the physical heart as we inhale and we exhale. And in this way, our hearts are nourished with every breath. And then we'll return back to the water element practice, where on the inhale, we draw our attention up infinitely, up the vertical dimension of the heart. rising infinitely above, as one of our teachers, Pir Vilayat, says, beyond infinity, drawing from infinitely above, lifting our hearts. And then on the exhale, waters pour down upon us. Energizing the heart with every exhale. And I think for some of us, many of us shared very vulnerably about the affairs that we are exposed to, the pain of life that we're exposed to. And we can always do this practice for ourselves all first. We must always nourish our own hearts first. Otherwise, how could we possibly help another in this world? And at the same time, heart rhythm meditation is not a solitary practice. We do not meditate just for ourselves in solitude. We always wish to help the world and help others, and do so in our meditations. And so perhaps our hearts feel energized and we would like to invite another into this practice. It could be, someone we feel courageously we wish to help in need. It could be a close friend. It could be a family member, whoever our heart wishes to call forward. And we simply, on the exhale, the waters pour forward to the other. We share some of this pure love with the other. May their heart also be energized, so we can imagine them sitting in front of us. And it's as if these beautiful waves of water pour forward to the other. Perhaps the others of here sitting here together, we're all here together practicing. So now I'm going to put a piece of music on. It can be so beautiful to meditate to music. And so I invite you just to continue the practice. I hope you enjoy.
are coming in. There is so much magnificence near the ocean. Waves are coming in. Waves are coming in. There is so much magnificence near the ocean. Waves are coming in. Waves are coming in.
Thank you.